Good evening. I'm Janeline Docante from BSHM2 3A Night. So, I will make an opinion regarding the first mass in the Philippines. So, we all know that the Spanish government, especially Magellan, is the person who introduced us for Christianity, or let's say the major religion is the Roman Catholic. So the first documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held on March 31, 1521, and that was in Easter Sunday. It was conducted by Father Pedro de Valderrama of Ferdinand Magellan's expedition along the shores of what was referred into the journals of Antonio Pigafetta as Mazzaua. Today, this site, as widely believed by many historians and the government, to be Limasawa of the tip of southern Leyte. So, we all know that there is a song, from Bisaya Cebuano singer, like Limasawa Island, However, until at least the 19th century, the prevailing belief was that the first mass was held in Butuan. This belief is maintained by some who assert from the first mass was instead held at Masao, Butuan. To end the conflict of the issue, the first mass, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines panel adopted the recommendation and unanimously agreed that the evidence and arguments presented by the pro-Butuan advocates are not sufficient and convincing enough to warrant the repeat or reversal by the ruling of the case of the NHCP. It is further strengthened the evidence that it was only after 22 years in 1523 when the Spanish expedition led by Ruy Lopez de Villalobos landed in Mindanao. So that is the history of the first mass in the Philippines. This is where they introduced Christianity in our country, because we have different religions before. So that's what happens when Magellan and Lapu-Lapu fight, because Lapu-Lapu don't want to be in Christianity or in Catholic, and he was against the Spanish government, and he know that there is a hidden dark agenda regarding for introducing Roman Catholic and Christianity in our country. So when Ferdinand Magellan and his European crew sailed from the Santican Sanlúcar de Barrameda for an expedition to search for spices, these explorers landed in the Philippines after their voyage from other proximate areas. So I remember my teacher told me when I was in elementary, she said that the reason why the Spanish government really liked our country is because our country has so many islands. Aside from that one, they've been looking for a country that has so many spices, and our country has rich in natural resources, and one of it is the natural spices. Searching for spices, what they're looking for in what they're looking for is what they see here in our country. Even though Philippines is a very little country compared to other country, but we have so many natural resources that in the future it will help us, that will make us rich country. But sad thing is the government didn't pay attention to this, and they didn't find some ways to make these natural resources help the better living of the Filipino people. So I'll just gonna make it short. Log of Francisco Alvo, March 16, 1529, sailed in a westerly course from Ladrones, known today as the Mariana Island. They saw land towards the northwest, but they didn't land there due to shallow places, and later found it name as Yunagan. On that same day, they went in a small island called Suluan, which is a part of Samar, and they were anchored. So, coming from other cities, and then they go to Leyte, they go to Butuan, then Leyte, then they go to Mariana Island, they go to Suluan, which is part Suluan, it's a part in Samar. They reach to large island called Silani, which is now Leyte, and then in Leyte they go to Mactan in Cebu, and then Cebu in the Mactan. So that's what happened when Magellan and Lapu-Lapu fight, and Lapu-Lapu used his all strength to kill Magellan, because he's not, as it says, he knows that there's a hidden agenda regarding for the first mass in the Philippines. It's not only about the religion, but they have hidden agenda that they wanted to get our country, and they wanted to use our country in their own welfare of the Spanish government. So there is also blood compact. The island sovereign ruler was Raja Colombo. So before, in Philippines, when there's no Christianity, and there Magellan didn't introduce, before, when Magellan still not introduced the Christianity in our country, there are many Raha, prince and princess, kings and queens in their cities. That's why there is Raja Colombo. Then Magellan and comrades set foot to the grounds of Mazawa. He befriended the Raja together with his brother Raja Siaju of Butuan. So this Raha believe in Magellan, but Lapu-Lapu don't believe for what they shown goodness. So March 31, Easter Sunday, Magellan ordered a mass to be celebrated, which was officiated by Father Pedro Valderrama, the Andalusian chaplain of the fleet, the only priest then conducted near the shores of the island. First Holy Mass marked the birth of Roman Catholicism in the Philippines. So that is March 31, 1521, Easter Sunday. Magellan ordered the first mass celebrated, and it was officiated by Father Pedro Valderrama, the Andalusian chaplain of the fleet. So this is the year that happened the birth of Roman Catholicism in the Philippines. So that's why in the Philippines there are many Roman Catholics, because of the Spanish government, and Magellan introduced this one. But there are Filipino people that they see that the Roman Catholics teachings is not enough. That's why there are Christians. But good thing is that we have same God. Compared to Muslim, they have different beliefs. So that is my explanation regarding the first mass of the Philippines. That's all. Thank you.